back down here in the shop with the 361B. We got some wiring problems on the trailer. I don't have a stop light in the back. The lights flicker on and off, the tail lights and the side markers. So there's a problem somewhere up here in the front. Problem here in the pigtail. There's probably some problems in the trailer with some connectors at the back. Some of the side markers don't work. So we're gonna go down the trailer, testing, fixing whatever's messed up. I'm gonna start right here at the pigtail. I actually just found the problem on this one. This yellow wire here, I didn't have any blinker lights. And the lights are going and off. This yellow wire is broke. It's not even hooked up to this connector. So it's gonna be redone, shrink wrap, new connectors. First thing we're gonna do, since we have plenty of wire, is just go ahead and cut them all off. The colors all match. Strip them. Take the pliers. Now that we have both ends stripped, these here, this is the pigtail end, this is the trailer end. All those are stripped. You can go ahead and put your connectors on every one of these, and then stick your other ones in after these are all put on there. Take the connector, spin it on there. Take the crimpers, match it flat. The wire there's done. Continue on the other wires. After you get that one done, all these will get the same connector. Then you take your other wire, put it back in there. Now that we have all 5 of our connectors on there and crimped, what I'm gonna do is take this piece of shrink wrap, cut it in 2. Instead of using this whole piece, there's no sense in wasting that. Take those, stick them in the wire, go all the way above the wire, up the wire. That way you don't forget to put these on here after you crimp it. Then we can take our pigtail end, start crimping it on there. And the colors that was done just like last time. Just match the wire color. Since all our shrink wrap's already on there. Push it together. Take your crimpers. Grab this end here. Mash it together and crimp it. Now that's crimped. All you have to do now is slide your conduit, shrink wrap down over it, and shrink it. Now we have all the wires crimped. You can pull your shrink wrap down over them. Now we have our shrink wrap where we want it, halfway the joint. You can take the ladder, shrink the heat wrap down, just shrinks on the joint, don't overheat it. Continue on the other wires. All 5 wires are crimped, shrink wrapped, and done. Now we can test and see if they all work. Our 5-prong plug, go back on, shrink wrapped. I'm gonna take some electric tape, go around and make sure these wires don't move around. And put your split line back on. Take some electrical tape around the bottom, right here, the middle, and the top up here. About 4 or 5 wraps. Keep this split moving, opening back up and coming off. That's how you rewire the plug on the front of a trailer. One of the ways you can check your trailer without having a vehicle, hook your negative here and a positive over here. Hook the negative in this hole here. That's your ground. And you take this positive lead and touch each of these prongs here, here, and here. This here is going to be the brake solenoid. So you touch it, it should click. These here are going to be your light. This is going to be your tail light. Stop, stop, and it'll be left or right blinker, one or the other on those. Do here is test trailer lights. We're going to go with this first pin here, which is the tail light. We're going to put the scatter clamp on it. Those work. Next one's going to be your stop signal on the driver's side. It works. Next will be the passenger side stop signal. It works as well. The next prong will be the reverse solenoid bypass. I'll show you how to check it. Check the reverse bypass solenoid. Clamp your ground here. You're hot over here. That's the bypass prong. Negative here. And you're going to take your positive and just touch it. You should hear a click from this here. That shows that that solenoid is working. All you do is touch it and it makes a click sound. This prong right here is for your reverse lights. It opens the solenoid, which allows the fluid, instead of going down the line and mashing the brakes, come through this line here, go back to the reservoir and fill it back up. Because this hitch will slide back when you back up and all the pressure will go back into the reservoir instead of mashing the brakes. This doesn't open. You either got a problem with your vehicle here, or a wiring problem to here, or the solenoid is bad. It's one or the other. This is how you test the side marker. This in here wouldn't work, so I figured the bulb might have been out on it. But apparently it is not. So it must be a wiring problem on it. You have to hook it up positive negative on the back. It's like this here. Test it with the battery. Shows it works. So there's a bad connection somewhere on the trailer. The way a trailer works, you have a pair of wires over here. This will be your tail light and your passenger side stop light or blinker. Over here will be the same thing. Pair of wires. It'll be your tail light, one of them. And one of them will be your driver's side blinker and stop light. The side marker light that's on the side of the trailer will also tie into this tail light wire as it goes down the trailer. It'll just tie into it wherever one's at. So there'll be connectors for those that may need repairing. Wherever there's a light like the side marker or back here at the back, they'll be grounded here on the frame. They have their own ground. Be right here like this one hooks here. So if you're having a problem with the light and the wiring ain't the problem, the hot wire, check the ground connection. It could be the ground's not grounding. We found another problem. We got this wire here. The light comes on and off. What we had here is this blue connector. It was hooked in the middle of this line here, and this line here clipped across it like that there. And the two was connected. We'll do away with that. We're gonna cut it here in two, strip it, hook two on one side, and then crimp this one in there and shrink wrap it. Now we're 3 wires stripped. Here. I'm gonna put these two on the same side, and this is gonna go into it with the inline. Have our connector on here. 2 wires going in there. Got a shrink wrap here. I'm gonna pull over it. Just like that. That's what it looks like after we shrink wrapped it. All 3 wires are connected with an inline connector. This is connected with a connector where you twist the wires together and then match it. And I put a piece of shrink wrap over it and shrunk it on it. I'm using the same things as we did on the front of the trailer. An inline connector. Just crimp it. Stick the wire in, crimp it, in, and take a piece of shrink tube and go over the top of it. I'm gonna do a little rework over here on this side too. I know these connectors here, blue connector there, blue connectors here. Got 3 of them. That one's in the middle of a wire there too. I have to redo all of those. So back over here, we had 4 of the blue connectors, inline or whatever those are. Ended up with 2 connections over here. I don't know why 4 was used. 1 connection, 2 connections. All we had to do is splice these here, 3 wires, put 2 in this end. And that was just a blinker connection there. It was really that simple. I don't know why there was 4 connections under here. Normally a pair of wires would go down and go out to the lights out here. This trailer here though had 3 marker lights in the middle of the trailer. So they had to bring the wire all the way across to the middle of the trailer same as over there. You come across. Normally you just go here, turn out, and go to the lights, and you'd be through. But if you got middle marker lights, you have to go all the way in the middle of the trailer. So a tail light wire has to go all the way across. Then we do this connector, this here. Also, the wire was supposed to come all the way across through this grommet here in case this light. This tube is supposed to hold the wire up for this light, and they're only supposed to have done that one. So you might have wired this one all the way across to these two. And this one over here is supposed to be in this grommet. So I'll probably wire this one with one wire coming across, tie into this one, get rid of this wire here. This one here, we'll just tie in right here. That'll hold the wire for it. So I have our connectors all crimped up, and that's the shrink wrap. I had to plug into that light there. Over here we have our other two connectors, one here, crimped, ready to shrink wrap. And a hook here, to go through this hole here, and a hook here. Got it shrink wrapped and crimped. It catches this first light, two wires, and goes across. Goes to this grommet, catches this middle light, crimped and shrink wrapped on it. This is the dead end over here. It catches this last light from the other side of the trailer. The tube holds it up. It's crimped and shrink wrapped. It goes over to there where we worked earlier. There's a handful of loose things in there. All corroded and dirty. Most of them wouldn't even hardly connected anymore.